Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Draven here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like I've done in the past, usually I'll do two reactions to a video. I did a reaction to the Royal Guard as well as Defense to Moscow. Both of those videos I did the lyric video too, so I could get a general understanding of what the song is about. Some of you guys in the comments suggested I watch the official music video for both, so I'm going to be watching the Sabaton Defense of Moscow music video. If you guys want to check out my original reaction to the song, you check out the link up there or wherever it's going to be. And let's jump right into it. The Defense of Moscow, it's about World War II and the anthem behind Russia defeating Germany and holding to the last and be able to hold off Hitler's Third Reich coming through and attempting to destroy and or take over Russia, which would have been a huge, huge deal for the United States to have to deal with if Germany was able to take over certain cities and certain lands of Russia. So it was a major victory for Russia to be able to defend against Germany during World War II. Undoubtedly saved the World War as we know it. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Defense of Moscow, Sabaton. He showed up somewhere. One thing that I've always enjoyed with Sabaton is their ability to storytell, not only in just their lyrics, but I love you too, boo. Not only in their lyrics, but their storytelling ability visually. It is remarkable how well thought out their music videos are in terms of just being able to this storytelling. So if you're first time ever watching a Sabaton video, or learning anything about Sabaton or knowing nothing about what was going on already in the first 40 seconds, you know the song is about one of the final conflicts between Germany and Russia and the magnitude of this battle or these battles that take place and how Russia had to hold the line. There's just like almost like a last stand for Russia. And this is after immense back and forth of changing the front line between Germany and Russia. So I mean it is a huge, huge deal for Russia to be able to hold this off. Already amazing storytelling with just this video alone. That's cool. Then taking over the map like that.
As the Wehrmacht overrun, Russia 1941. They don't belong, we stand our ground, a million strong. We are ready for the strike, face the army of the Reich, a million strong. This is our land, they don't belong. Here march our Shukovs and Stalin's orders. Defend the motherland, Moscow shall not fall. Stand in full command, and blood for the homeland. Hear the mother's call, raise for the storm. Moscow will never give in, there is no surrender. Force them into retreat and into defeat.
Okay, already just visually, like again, the music videos are absolutely stunning, and I already understand the song because I've already done a reaction to the song. However, it's just visually stunning of these music videos. I mean, I get that most of it's animated, but still, it's the fact that they're able to get these real actors to portray Germans and the Russians, and if just I don't know if it was on purpose or what, but the subtle difference between what the Germans look like preparing for the battle versus what the Russians. The Russians looked haggard. They look beaten down. They look just like exhausted. Obviously, because they've been fighting a world war now for a couple of years. I believe they've been involved with this. Because I remember 1941 was before. It was technically depending on when it was, but 1941 is right when the United States finally got involved in World War II. This is after Pearl Harbor. Pearl Harbor was them finally admitting that they're involved in World War II. They couldn't ignore it, and they had to take part in this world war, because originally they weren't involved. They were kind of helping the Allies, but not directly involved. But the Russians just look haggard as all hell, and the Germans, if you notice, the Russians' uniforms are all haggard. The general is sitting there; he's all scruffed up. He's smoking cigarettes, got a pile of ashes right there. And then the Germans, they're still looking proud and tall, clean uniforms, kind of a little bit more organized, and kind of showing the difference between just how scrappy the Russians had to be in fighting, what was a superior force, which was the Germans, and just the difference and visually between the Germans and the Russians in this video is absolutely remarkable.
Face the bullets of their guns, Russia's daughters and her sons, are the brave who stand against the typhoon wave. From the mountains and the plains, coming thousands on the trains, day and night, rolling in to join the fight. From Kazakhstan to Magadan, call of the motherland, Russia shall prevail. Stand in full command, the blood for the whole land. Hear the mother's call, rise for the storm. Moscow will never give in, there is no surrender. Force them into retreat and into defeat.
Like, already, it's just, they're able to, like I mentioned before, I'm going to say this probably a few more times in this video, the storytelling is remarkable with this video, with how they're able to just portray exactly what they want to in this video. And it's crazy to think that Russians are just sitting there with their single shot rifles shooting at freaking tanks. I get that they're trying to shoot at the guys in the trenches, but like, there's tanks coming at them and they're still sitting there. They're not running away. They're fighting. They're fighting against tanks. Like, it's, oh my God, the mindset to sit there to try to stop 4 or 5 tanks coming at you with a single shot rifle. It's remarkable. You have to remember, it's pop, pop, pop. Not automatic. It's technically semi-automatic, but it's pop, pop, pop. And a clip of like 6. I think those ones held 9. Pop, 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 pop. Like, that's all they can do. Like, you're single shot rifling at a fucking tank. It's, I love that German lines coming through like that over the map. Try to throw a grenade. Oh, there's Moscow. It's a wave of tanks, man. Just absolutely insane. Cut their grenade off. Killed some Germans. There's that Russian anthem I hear. They held it. Just trying to beat him with a grenade. I can do that. God, that was sick. That was it's an excellent song. It's a really good song from Sabaton. That is, again, the music video, they're so good at storytelling. And like, fourth time I'm mentioning in this video, they're so good at storytelling that it's unbelievable how much story you can get from that. Again, even if you've never heard a Sabaton song before, didn't know what the song was about, didn't know what they sung about, you'll be able to pick up that it's about Germans versus Russians in this final stand, so to speak, about how Russians were defending their capital, basically, of Moscow, and how close Germany was to taking over Moscow, which would have resulted in Russia surrendering and giving complete control to the Germans, which would have had huge implications in China and would have caused massive problems for the Allies, because we were battling on two fronts as well. We were Germans in Europe and then Japan in the West, and I don't think we would have. I don't think World War II would have ended the way it did if Germany was able to succeed in taking over Russia. So it's remarkable to hear that it was so close with Russia and Germany, and I'm going to choose my words carefully with this because it might come off weird. It's got a lot to be said about the Russians during World War II being able to defend against Germany the way they did, and it's remarkable that their story wasn't necessarily like it wasn't shared as much as it is being shared now. Like with Putin in charge of Russia, he's been able to release a lot more information. This is why we were able to get so many stories about World War One and every the craziest things that Russia did there and then. Attack of the Dead Men, that story wasn't really known up until about 20 years ago. So with this, it's cool that Sabaton was able to give credit to the Russians for their acts in World War II. I mean, I know it's weird to say because Russians did some terrible, terrible things, especially afterwards during the Cold War, and that all that with the Berlin Wall and all that Soviet stuff. But so thank you guys again for joining me on this adventure of watching Sabaton Defense of Moscow. It is an excellent song. I hope they come up with more music similar to this. I'll be curious, like I mentioned before, if they'll ever do a song about American Revolution or the Civil War. There's a lot of history. There's a lot of fighting and storytelling that could be had with the Civil War, even the War of 1812. I know they did two songs about Vietnam from the American side, but just nothing. They did it. The U.S. Marines during World War One. They did Screaming Eagles about the 82nd Airborne. They've done a few songs reflecting on the United States, but I'm just curious if they'll do anything more about the history of. But we'll see. I'll be very curious to hear if they ever do something like that. Either way, guys, thank you again so much for tuning in. My name is Draven. Thank you so much for your continued support. Feel free to subscribe, like, and comment on a song that you think I should react to. I do try to react to anything you guys suggest. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section of your opinion on Sabaton. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.